Following a technical penalty to Indiana Fever rookie Kaitlyn Clark for striking a stanchion during a Sunday game, Dave Portnoy is requesting that a WNBA referee be either banned or sacked.
Okay, by now I'm sure you've seen Skylar Diggins assault Kaitlyn Clark after Indiana blew out Seattle.
Although Clark had just established a rookie record for assists in a 92-75 triumph over the Seattle Storm, her argument with referee Tyler Ricks took front stage. "I got technical for being dissatisfied with myself for missing a three-pointer. After turning up 9 assists and 23 points," Clark clarified.
I got a technical for basically being mad at myself because I missed the three and then I went and hit the backboard, and he told me it was disrespectful to the game of basketball. So I don't know, it reminded me of the technical that I got in college where I said, damn it, where it's like a personal frustration. Had nothing to do with my team, had nothing to do with their reffing, had nothing to do with other team. It was just because I'm a competitor and I felt like I should have been making more shots. So
although Clark had just established a rookie record for assists in a 92-75 triumph over the Seattle Storm, her argument with referee Tyler Ricks took front stage. "I got technical for being dissatisfied with myself for missing a three-pointer. After turning up 9 assists and 23 points," Clark clarified.
I think he fired me up to continue to play a lot harder. I thought we got a lot better after he did that. So I want to thank him for that. But overall, I thought once we got to that media timeout around 5 minutes in the third quarter, I thought we all kind of just took a breath. It was a little chaos there for 2.5 minutes, and I think I could have done a better job of kind of regaining my cool, but that's like the fire and passion that just gets me going. It's just finding a way to channel that and use that, and I thought I did a really good job of that at the end of the third and the fourth quarter.
Not as forgiving was Portnoy, a fervent backer of Clark who lately whipped a $100,000 wager on the Fever to claim the WNBA title. He went to X to say Ricks need to be let go or suspended. One of his fans even advised him to cover any fines Clark might run across.
Ladies, grow up. They didn't take their starters out in time. What are you talking about? And here's what I love. You think Kaitlyn's going to back down because they're crying like, how can a rookie embarrass us? What do they keep beating us up like this? How is she so good? No, Kaitlyn doesn't back down at all. She's like, hey, zip it, Skylar. Shut up. Stop crying.
Many of Portnoy's disciples echoed these mild refs. Luckily for the Fever, their game was unaffected by the technical foul as they raised their record to 11-16 while the Storm sank to 17-10. Having bet on the Fever when their odds were 100-1, Portnoy is especially thrilled with their advancement, especially since he stands to win $10 million should they win the championship. Portnoy said, in a self-recorded video captured during the game, "This Seattle club is 17-9, and we are blowing them out. Up by 21, this is a blast." He carried on, "I hope you jumped in the $10 million man. Dave, what score do you have? 87-1971. Let's find the current chances for the Indiana Fever to take home the title." While the New York Liberty 23-4 and the Las Vegas Aces 17-9 are leading the favorites, DraftKings had the Fever's championship odds at 35-1 as of Monday. The Fever have won their last 2 games and will be facing the Minnesota Lynx and Atlanta Dream on August 24th and 26th, respectively. They are ranked 3rd in the Eastern Conference and 7th overall right now. When I thought back on the event, Clark admitted, "I believe I should have better managed my feelings. But fire and passion motivate me. It's about focusing that energy, and in the end of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth, I think I performed really well. With 5 technical fouls this season, Clark is just 2 away from an automatic 1-game ban." After a vacation from basketball, Kaitlyn Clark returned to the court, but discovered she was tired early in the game since last November she had been playing non-stop, beginning her last year of college at Iowa, had been drafted, and then plunged into her WNBA career. Not being on the Olympic squad let her take a much-needed break, but it also threw off her rhythm and made her tired mere minutes into the game. She told reporters her story following the 98-89 Indiana Fever triumph over the Phoenix Mercury. Kaitlyn Clark is smack at the center of this cyclone as the WNBA is ablaze. She returned from the Olympic break not only with dominance, but also with actual league foundation shaking. Respected veteran Skylar Diggins-Smith lost it in the game against the Storm and shoved Clark. Still, this startled not just me, but also others. Shannon Sharp even chimed in on this.
Let that girl cook. She cut in ass. Help us. Hey, She like a double-edged sword, Ocho. She cutting ass left and right.
Yep.
Both sides cutting ass. Wop, 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 wop.
Like Sharp, I agree exactly 100%. Veterans attempting to scare Clark like this is ridiculous. Just consider what she already offers the league. The WNBA has attracted so much more interest since Clark arrived. Arenas are filled and play level has surged. Kaitlyn Clark is doing in the WNBA not just well, but also historic. She returned after the Olympic break, and it seems as though she entered into destructive mode. Let's get right to the numbers since they are simply ridiculous. Clark is scoring 26 points and dishing out 9.5 assists a game in the past 2. But Clark's influence transcends numbers quite a bit. She is changing how one watches and plays the game. Every time the Indiana Fever hosts, arenas are full. TV shows are shattering audience records. And not only that, Clark's highlights of every game abound on social media. The most astounding thing is Clark is raising the standard of every one of her colleagues. Considered an underdog at the outset of the season, the Indiana Fever is today a club nobody wants to play. And you know what even more amazing is? Clark is smiling as she works through all of this, like it is the most natural occurring phenomenon on Earth. She redefining what's possible in the WNBA, not only playing basketball. Let's examine closely Kaitlyn's last 2 games specifics. We started with the game against the Phoenix Mercury. People, what happened on that court resembled a slaughter. Clark performed, not only participated in a show against none other than Diana Taurasi. The stats, 29 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. That's right, a double-double against among the league's top clubs. Clark was inexhaustible. She was leading the Fever to a stunning triumph, throwing highlight-worthy assists and hitting threes like she was in her backyard. You see one of those games and wonder, I'm seeing the birth of a legend. But she didn't stop there. Against the Seattle Storm in the next game, Clark carried on her devastation. It was in this game that we had the above-described event involving Diggins Smith. Still, the most amazing thing Clark did was transform that stress into gasoline. Clark also got a technical foul in this same game for slamming the backboard following a play. She also spoke on this in the post-game interview. You seen that? She returned thanks to the for many players. This technical penalty she got may have been the negative turning moment in the game. For Kaitlyn Clark, though, it was like lighting the fire with petrol. Look, Clark did not only keep playing effectively following the technical foul, she improved to a whole fresh level. She seemed to have entered some sort of super mode upon the whistle of that referee. This also reveals a great deal about Kaitlyn Clark's athletic and personal qualities. Adversities cannot pull her down. She uses them, on the other hand, as a launching pad to soar far higher. Good athletes from the really outstanding ones differ in their capacity to turn bad events into positive inspiration. That is what Michael Jordan accomplished. Kobe Bryant acted in this manner, and Kaitlyn Clark is now doing the same in the WNBA. Still, Clark is achieving all this as a rookie. Quite amazing. Her degree of maturity and poise is something many veterans still find difficult. And you know what this implies for next generations? Should Clark be already performing in this manner, converting technical infractions into fuel to rule games? With more league experience, picture what she will be able to do. For Kaitlyn, the heavens represent only one horizon. Actually, it seems as though she cannot even find place in the heavens. And wait till you find out what's ahead if you find what we have thus far to be amazing. The playing calendar of the Indiana Fever for this month is absolutely explosive. Every game also tells a unique narrative.